Hello, church family. My name is Stephen Helm, Director of Christian Education at Christ Our Redeemer Lutheran Church, and you're watching Devo with SteveO. Well, I've been inside the house a little too much, a little too long, watching news, reading articles online. It's full of bad news, so much bad news. I decided it's time to get out. I've got some things to do today. Got to head into the office, run to the store, pick up my son from band practice. I'm going to go out, talk to a few people, and see if I can hear some good news. So come along with me, and let's find some good news. Vicki, tell me some good news.
The renovations are finally done in the church. We're just waiting on the couch in the narthex. I got to fix a little bit of the wood on the altar, and we're done. It's so awesome.
Hey, Pastor.
Hey,
You got any good news for me?
good news is fall weather is coming, and I get to clean my driveway with the pressure washer. It's gonna be awesome.
Geneva, tell me some good news.
My good news is that I get to talk with my grandchildren very regularly, no matter where they live in the world, because technology is a gift, and I'm very grateful to have that ability.
Hey, Ryan, tell me some good news.
Band practice is over, and math is good.
All right, that is good news. Oh, hey, Nathan, I'm home from the store. You got any good news for me?
The Rays are in first and the Lightning are in the Stanley Cup.
All right. Well, it sure is nice to hear some good news for a change, don't you think? As a matter of fact, if you've been following along on our Sunday services, or even in some of my Devo with SteveOs, we've been walking through the Gospel of Matthew. And in the Gospel of Matthew, Jesus not only is the good news, the saving and loving grace of God, but he proclaims, he speaks the good news quite frequently. A simple Google search will remind you of some of the ways and times that he's done this. Matthew 9, verse 35. Then Jesus went out to all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues and proclaiming the good news of the kingdom. And in Matthew 10, verse 7, as you go, proclaim the good news that the kingdom of heaven has come near. And in Matthew 24, verse 14, and this good news of the kingdom will be proclaimed throughout the world as a testimony to all the nations. And where Matthew's gospel makes a priority of the good news, Mark's gospel does it even more. And as we go towards the end of the Gospel of Mark, we find in his account of the Great Commission where he says, Mark 16, verse 15, and he said to them, go into all the world and proclaim the good news to the whole creation. And in just 5 verses later, Mark 16, verse 20, they do just that. And they went out and they proclaimed the good news everywhere, while the Lord worked with them and confirmed the message by the signs that accompanied it. Jesus is good news. Jesus proclaims the good news. And Jesus asks us to share good news with everyone, everywhere we go. Before I leave you, as I leave you with God's peace, here are a few more examples of God's good news.
This Sunday's gospel reading reminds us that God's mercy, generosity, love, agape, grace are so much more than we can measure or understand, that it sustains us this and every day.
God loves you, and so do I.
God is always with us, no matter where we are and no matter what is happening. We know that he's right there with us all the time.